Okay, so I'm using my microphone. We're in the car again, going up to Daylesford. So this week's Words and Music recommendations. On the move. I knew format, but the sound wasn't that good last time, so I don't know if it'd be any better because I got my mic on, my DJI microphone.
And the sun's out?
Yep, sun's out. It's not raining. Well, it's sort of raining a tiny bit.
Nothing to write home about, though.
But I'd say now, Massimo should have his new album out, shouldn't he, by now, I think?
Yeah. Oh, and Dominic Sanders.
And Dominic Sanderson has a new one out.
Which we recommend.
Which we recommend. I should put links in the description because I can't quite remember it offhand.
It's Bandcamp, though. We do remember
Yeah,
that.
Bandcamp it's on,
Yeah,
and you can find them on
Laura
Facebook.
on there
And
as well.
Laura Piazzi.
Imaginarium.
Yep, Imaginarium. They've got a new one
Noel.
coming out.
No, I can't think his name. I'm sorry. No.
So, Noel Gallagher.
Who Laura does Imaginarium with?
Hang on, yeah, I know.
We've got this.
Yeah, sorry, it's gone because I'm trying to concentrate on driving here. So we'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to be doing a little bit of the church. Maybe it's a film if we can get in there. It's that again. It's sort of. It's not out the way, but it's sort of if you didn't know the church was there, you wouldn't know. You just drive straight by because there's a little tiny lay-by where you sort of park on the gravel and the grass type of thing, and walk down this. It was a nice little walk down this little, not a lane, but through the grass and the mud. If it's raining, it'd probably be muddy, and then the church is just there, but you wouldn't know. There's a church there unless you do, and then. There is a walk up to the other one, which I can't think off by hand. I think it's Oddington at St Nicholas. If you can park at Oddington St Nicholas, a lovely church, and there's a walkway, actually, a nice pathed walkway that you can do a walk. It's probably a couple of miles, but that takes you to this church. So that might.
But we will say that if you do choose to do Oddington, there's two churches in Oddington.
Yes, you got.
There's the one in the centre of was sort of centralised to the south. And that is the newer church. It was built in the Victorian era, I do believe.
Yeah.
And the second one is at the end of the town, at the end of a lane. Now that does have the medieval paintings in it.
Yeah, that's the really good one. That one, that's well worth a visit because they've got some beautiful medieval paintings.
And it's
well, again, we're trying this format out. I'm not sure if it's going to work again because if the sound doesn't come out, we're going to have to just do it in the studio because last week it was quite quiet and I'm testing out this microphone. I'd say go and have you have to have some music because we didn't have any music to that halfway in the show. So I'd say Gary Newman and Cars would be your first choice because I'm driving in my car.
Yeah, that's good.
And I love it, doesn't it? And then Susan, you choose a song for the listeners and watchers to listen to next.
Give me a minute then, I should have a think.
Okay, so she's having a think. It's a beautiful day out this one. They got a nice. If you carry on the road we're on now, it takes you up to. Jump on me, something's coming up fast.
Oh, I got
Chipping Norton.
This is quite a funny one. It's Earl by the Chicks. Now it used to be the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, but you're not allowed to call Dixie Chicks, are you?
They thought because of the Dixie bit, they got into.
Yes, because of all the new.
Earl, and it's controversial if you want to see it like that, but it's well worth looking at the video as well. So.
Now this way is another way we go when we have to go to Cheltenham or Stow in the Wold when there's a lot of roadworks on the road because this is an easier way to go. You get a clear run.
And we've just entered Oxfordshire.
Yeah, and we've just entered Oxfordshire, believe it or not, from our little place. I think that must be a disused.
About 4 minutes from Oxfordshire.
After 500 yards, turn right, A436.
Yeah, so this way, you can go this way. If when we're roadworks we're in town, obviously we're getting stuck for ages, you go this way. All right, it might take you a little bit longer, but it's you can bypass all of the traffic, and this brings you into the bottom of Stow on the Wold. All right, another bumpy road a bit.
Yeah.
But this will bring you into Stow on the Wold. But I think we're turning off before we get to Stow, down to Oddington. Okay, so Daylesford.
It's about 2.5 miles down here. We go to
Right, yes. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll have. We'll have a bit of Frank Sinatra and My Way next, because that's I haven't heard that one for a long time. And Susan come up with another one.
Oh, you want me to come up with another
Yeah, I
one?
want you to come up with another one now. So Susan's going to come up with another one.
Okay, give me a minute then.
Well, we have to talk over the video.
Aretha McEntire and the lights went out in Georgia.
Okay, so you're going for all country, are you?
Yeah, well, I like a bit of country.
Okay, so, right. So we shall be there in a moment, I hope.
About a mile we got for a turn.
Yeah.
I tell you, this sun is really hot today. It really is.
Looks like there's more roadworks coming up into this. As I said, if you carry on this road, you get into the back of Stow on the Wold, which is handy. You do sometimes get stuck in traffic at the very top. Yes, it's funny that, yeah. And then you go the other way. There's 4 ways, and then you get into Worcester. You can go to Evesham and Stratford, don't you? You can go that way.
Oh, I got a song.
Okay, go on then. What's the next one you want? The
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, right. Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky, from the Rocky film.
Yeah.
Now, they're good movies. I wonder if our watchers and listeners like the Rocky films.
Oh, my favourite one's with the Russian. I think it was number
3 or 4, wasn't it, I
I
think?
think it's 4. Is it 4?
Oh, I can't remember. There's quite a lot. We haven't watched the later ones, though.
I'm sure it's number 4. First one's where he meets Apollo in the ring. Second one where he beats Apollo in the ring.
Yeah.
Is it the third then?
Oh, it's probably the third one with the Russian, yeah, maybe. Or was that with Mr. T? I can't remember.
No,
It's Mr. T's in it.
Number 3 I don't think much of. That's Mr. T.
No, that wasn't...
No, because Apollo trains him in that one.
Yeah, that wasn't one of the
No,
best.
that's number 3 because that's Apollo trains him. Number 4.
Oh, it's number 4, yeah.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
definitely number 4 with the Russian.
Oh, it's really nice today. I'm going to try and get some of the drone footage today, but I was having trouble with it the other day. It didn't want to let me fly because it's sort of by a restricted part, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but people
It's a bit of a pain.
Seem to forget that Tally, I can't remember her name.
After
When
500
it
yards,
played
turn
Adrian,
left.
Yeah.
is also famous for
Greece.
Godfather.
Oh, Godfather. Sorry, not Greece. I thought she was in Greece.
No, that's.
Oh, yeah,
the
Godfather. Yeah,
original.
it's funny enough. I was watching that the other day. I haven't actually watched it yet, and Susan's got me the box
She's
set.
the sister, isn't
Turn left.
she? She's the sister.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
She's one of the. Yeah, because we got the.
Oh, look, lovely push bikes again. They're great, aren't they? The push bike people. They drive in the middle, right in the middle of the road, holding everybody up. When they could drive, I mean, they have all these cycle lanes they made, and then now they don't use them. Oh, that's all flooded, unless that's a river. It's either flooded or it's a river.
No, I think it's flooded.
Oh, it might be.
There's trees in the middle of it.
I think it's a river. It's flooded then.
Yeah.
Again, lovely little country lane, but again, it's dodgy driving, especially when you meet a lot of tractors
After
and.
400 yards, you have reached your destination.
Hang on, I'm going
It is on your
to
left.
see if I can get the monitor here, because show that Pete's not a boy racer. It's
No, they are
David.
David. I'm only doing 30 up here, and
Yeah.
it's 60 if you look at the GPS.
Yeah, hang on.
That says 60. There's no way it should be 60.
I don't know if anybody can see our GPS, but there we go.
It should not be a 60. I think that's too dangerous because doing 60
You
up
have reached
here.
your destination. It is on your left.
Is it? I don't think you're right.
Maybe
No.
you stuck it somewhere you shouldn't have. Again.
Yeah. How
Pete
dare you
does-
say that? I don't stick things where I shouldn't.
You do. He does.
It's but it's pot luck, isn't it? Because I don't
Well,
always.
it can't be far from right.
No, it's got to be straight up here. It's just suddenly.
It just coming up.
Yeah, as I said, it's a church you wouldn't know is there. It just suddenly comes upon you, and it's behind the trees and the hedges, and you have to park sort of on.
It's somewhere down here. It's just Pete. He sort of tends to stick markers in the middle of fields.
It's just, well, I can't remember where it is, and it doesn't really show you it. And I should have linked it to my other map. It's obviously further down.
Yes, so.
But as I said, it's one of those places you wouldn't know there's a church here. It's a beautiful little church.
I think that was a crow.
Yeah, you do tend to get a lot of birds of prey around this way, which is quite
If
interesting.
you've got the time, it's worth pulling up. At
If
certain
if you
times.
can.
Especially
Unfortunately,
if
some of the roads are in poor condition.
Yeah, this one's one.
Yeah, so I'm
That's
not.
it's about a bit of a roller coaster again.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm going to sign off for now anyway because I need to concentrate, so we'll be back in a little while.
After some kerfuffle, we've managed to find our concealed entrance. So, this is where we're parking. Nice little big pothole for Pete to moan about. Look at this pothole, Pete. You can moan about. So here's Pete, hop along Pete, getting his, hopefully his crutches. Well, he's using one crutch at the moment. Are we ready, sir?
Yeah.
Give us the bag, I'll take it. Okay, I'm filming. Okay, so, Petey, have you got anything to say?
No, we found it.
Yeah, lucky I stopped.
Oh, look at the pillar box.
Yeah, we'll go and have a look at that in a minute if there's no traffic. See what the date. The pony was on about then before, wasn't it? So we'll go and have a look at
I
that.
mean, the proper pillar box, because that's not really...
Well, that is the sort of pillar box. There's one in the hall, isn't it? It's the village one. And as you can see, when you do, if you ever come this way, you have to look for this. And we missed it. We admittedly missed it, didn't we, Pete?
I told you it's difficult to find.
Poor Pete, look. Look at his baddie. He's gonna, right, so, lovely little walk down here, isn't there? I don't know if anyone can hear the birds, but they should be able to hear the birds.
Yeah, that should come out, okay.
Yeah, so we have filmed here before, so I'm not filming today, so I'm just in charge of doing this video for Pete.
It should be on my YouTube channel, possibly using the footage for this week's Words Music.
Lovely little place, as you can see.
It's a beautiful church.
And the green is beautiful. Can you get the gate or you're alright?
Yeah, all right.
It's alright, I'm packed up, so Pete's got to be in charge of the gate. Here we go. Right, so mind the steps, because if it's been wet, it will be slippery. Pete, that includes you.
It's no good with a big boot on.
We don't want you to break anything. And here we are, a beautiful church. Now, luckily, I have brought with me our copy of our book, so I can tell you some interesting information, if you like. Okay, so this is the Anglican Church of St Peter. Obviously, you walk down a short lane to enter through a roofed gate. Yes, we got that. Right, okay, the original church is on a Norman site, and those mentioned in the Domesday Book. The building went under complete rebuilding on the orders of Warren Hastings, who we'll talk about in a minute. And this building, you see, this beautiful building here, was designed by a gentleman by the name of J.L. Parsons and was built during the years 1859 and 1633, and apparently no expense was spared on this building, and it is really beautiful. Okay, so I'm not going to say if it's going to be open or not, because sometimes when we come here, these churches are closed, and I have to tell you, this is over 40 foot up, and believe it or not, someone stole the bells back in 2016. I know that's hard to believe, but and they only notice when they come to ring the bells for Easter. Right, that's Warren Hastings is buried here, so I've got to go and find Pete because he's going to say something. I'll tell you about Warren Hastings in a minute, so we see what Pete's up to. He's in the long grass. It's good, isn't he? He's got a boot on in the long grass. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Here we go, Pete. I was just telling him about the church.
Yeah, I won't do too much walking around because if I've got my boot under my socks getting wet.
Why don't you go sit on the path, stand on the path? It might be easy. Yeah. Pete doesn't think of these things. He's not waterproof. He's got a hole in where his boot is. Hang on, I'll show you. We're going back on the path. Look, see. Look, he's getting all muddy.
Yeah, sure, I've seen that.
He's getting all muddy in his boot. So, what are you going to do, Pete? Tell the audience what you're going to do.
Try and see if I can get the drone working, but I've had trouble the last few times we've been out.
So, go on over here to try it, are you? Please, well, please.
We'll go and have a wander while I see if I can set it up. So it'll take me
It's alright, I'll stop it and we can put it all together, can't we?
Okay, that was our little drive up to Dalesford and our walk around. Now we're going to hand over to Bernie, who's doing a bit of a reading. He forgot to mention the book title, so I'm going to tell you that now. He asked me to. So it's Adolf Hitler and My Part in His Downfall. Obviously, it's Spike Milligan's book. And Bernie says, please be aware that the book does contain some language and attitudes that were obviously at the time when the book was released in 1971. They don't work today. So, with all the political correctness, but this was what the book was like at the time, and Bernie's reading from the book. So excuse any language or anything that might upset. It's not meant to do any upsetting. It's just reading from the book. And Bernie does an amazing job again. So thank you very much, Bernie. So please take it away. Then we'll be back after Bernie's reading.
Reading books on radio would have been perfectly fine because of all the licenses and things that they have. Unfortunately, because Pete and Susie are now doing their own program on their own YouTube channel, it brings a whole set of new rules and regulations into play. I can only read books that are in the public domain, and any other books I understand that I can read extracts as part of what they call fair usage. So I'm going to embark on a series of extracts from some Spike Milligan books. I'm going to go through his war memoirs. Some bits might be funny, some bits might not be funny, but they make for interesting reading. And if you've never read his war memoirs, I suggest that you do so. It says a lot about the British Army during the Second World War, attitudes, humour, all sorts of things. But anyway, here we begin the book with Spike Milligan ignoring letters with OHMS on them until eventually he could ignore them no more. So the die was cast. It was a proud day for the Milligan family as I was taken from the house. I'm too young to go, I screamed, as military policemen dragged me from my pram, clutching a dummy. At Victoria Station, the RTO gave me a travel warrant, a white feather, and a picture of Hitler marked, "This is your enemy." I searched every compartment, but he wasn't on the train. So at 4:30, June the 2nd, 1940, on a summer's day, all mere towers and blue sky, we arrived at Bexhill-on-Sea, where I got off. It wasn't easy. The train didn't stop there. I made my way to the headquarters 56th Heavy Regiment Royal Artillery, which was in a building called Worthingholme, an evacuated girls' school in Hastings Road. As I entered the drive, a thing of singular military ugliness took my eye. It was Battery Sergeant Major Jumbo Day. His hair was so shorn his neck seemed to go straight up the back of his hat, and his face was suffused red by years of drinking his way to promotion. "Oi! Where you going? It ain't the girls' school no more." "Isn't it? Never mind, I'll join the regiment instead," I said. He screwed up his eyes. "You are not Milligan, are you?" "Actually, I am." And a beam of sadistic pleasure spread over his face. "We've been waiting for you," he said, pushing me ahead of him with his stick. He drove me into what was D Battery office, and there was Major Startling Grope. "This is Gunner Milligan, sir," said the BSM. And when they both finished laughing, the Major spoke. "How have you been? And what are you wearing civilian clothes for?" "They wouldn't let me on the train naked, sir." "I mean, why aren't you in uniform?" "I'm not at war with anybody, sir." "Silence! Will you speak to an officer?" said the BSM. The Major, who was fiddling with the rubber band, slid it over his finger. "Does this mean we're engaged, sir?" "Silence!" said the BSM. "I suppose," said Suitcase, "you know you are 3 months late arriving." "I'll make up for it, sir. I'll fight nights as well." All these attempts at friendly humour fell on stony ground, and I was marched to a bare room by a bombardier. He pointed to a floorboard. You're trying to tell me something, I said. You bet, right? Right. Right, bombardier. Oh, I'm a bombardier already. Cheeky bastard, eh? Got the very job for you. So he gave me a scrubbing brush with 2 bristles, showed me a 3-acre cookhouse floor, and pointed down. He was still trying to tell me something. To make matters worse, there were no uniforms in the Q stores. But I cut a racy figure on guard, dark blue trousers gone at the knee, powder blue double-breasted chalk-striped jacket, lemon shirt and white tie, all set off with a steel helmet, boots and gaiters. It wasn't easy. Halt! Who goes there? I challenged. When they saw me, the answer was, "Piss off!" I had to be took off guard duties. In time, I got a uniform. It made no difference. Halt! Who goes there? Piss off! Words can't describe the wretched appearance of a soldier in a new battle dress. Size had nothing to do with it. You wore what you got. Some soldiers never left barracks for fear of being seen. Others spent most of their time hiding behind trees. The garments were impregnated with an anti-gas agent that reeked like dead camels and a waterproofing chemical that gave you false pregnancy and nausea. The smell of 500 newly kitted rookies could only be likened to an open Hindu sewerage works on a hot summer night by Delius. To try and cure my battle dress, I salted it and hung it outside in thunderstorms. I took it for walks. I hit it. In desperation, I sprayed it with eau de cologne. It made little difference, except once a sailor followed me home. Overcoats were a huge, shapeless, dead loss. If you wanted alterations, you took it to a garage. But the most difficult part of army life was the 0600 hours awakening. Now, in films, this was done by a smart bugler who, silhouetted against the dawn with the Union Jack flying, blew Reveille. Not so our Badgie, who stayed in bed, pushed the door open with his foot, blew Reveille, and then went back to sleep.
Yeah, I said it was unbelievable, wasn't it? I just know, they just sort of sneaked up there.
Why would you steal from the church?
Why do you want to steal church bells? Oh, I've got to show you this inside here. This side, we've got the beautiful lamb. Let me put it look like. Right, and this side, we got this side. There we go. And it is beautiful, this little church. So I said no expense was spared. So now Pete's going to try the door.
No.
No, so sorry.
Sorry, we're knocked out again.
Yeah, it's understand that it is.
I
understand. I mean, if you
It's out of the way, and there are people that steal.
I mean,
I don't understand people that steal from the church.
I can't understand why they what they were hoping to see finally in the church bells. To be honest, do you? I think they got them back eventually, but it was quite some while after, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, why would you steal from a church? What sort of person?
A person with no morals.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
I'm going to go over there in a minute because I want to tell him about this gentleman over here. So where are you going to go for a minute? You're going to stand on the path?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the car.
Well, actually wait for me because I don't want you to fall down. Because if you fall down, I'm sure it's my fault. Okay, I just want to tell you about this grave here. This is the bloke who paid for the rather lovely building that's down here today. Okay, so this is Warren. Okay, so this grave belongs to Warren Hastings, who was born on the 6th of December 1732. He had a rather interesting life. He was a statesman. He became the first general governor of India between 1774 and 1785. He survived a duel. Yes, a duel. I suppose whatever they. I don't know if that was a. It doesn't actually say if it was a gun. No, it was a gun, I think. Yes, actually, gunshot wound. Sorry, I'm babbling. I should not babble, but I do. I'm sorry. So I'll say that again. He survived the duel with Sir Philip Francis, a member of the Governor General's Council, which took place in Calcutta on the 17th of August 1780. Now, Sir Francis sustained a gunshot wound to his left shoulder blade. See, now look, I'm reading out the book. It's easier if you read out the book, right? Now, Francis obviously was steaming over this, but he got his revenge at a later date by playing a major part in impeachment proceedings against Hastings. Now, he was accused of corruption at Hastings, that is, and Hastings really dragged. I mean, this was a trial that went on for months, and it dragged out for 7 years. Yes, just right. The trial of Hastings lasted 7 years, but he was acquitted. All charges in the end were dropped against him, so he still didn't get his revenge. And in the meantime, while Hastings, had this trial against him, he was living here and had this church and all built. And as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. So whatever bumblings I've done on there, I'm sure Pete can cut it out, but you've used in my bumblings. And if you want to see that story, it came out of here. This story came out of this book. Here you go. See? There we go. Cover has changed, but this was the first published one. So if you want to know more stories and not listen to my bumblings, you can get the book.
Okay, thank you very much, Bernie.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. We're having the fits of the sneezes now, aren't we?
It was Luna last night sneezing.
Yeah, it was funny.
Funny bag, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, she got this. I think it's from habits from when she was, when she ill-treated. She does have to. Well, she sort of has nibbles on things she shouldn't, doesn't she? A lot
like plastic and things.
Yeah,
we have to keep everything out of the way from her.
It's plastic's her main thing, isn't it? If there's a slight bit of plastic, she thinks it's hers to chew on and eat, doesn't she? Unfortunately, so we have this bag in it. It's these stupid stringy bags, don't they? They put packaging.
When they put the cat litter in and things, they put it in like
It's like a stringy.
It's like straw, but it's weird. It's horrible. It's full of dust. It's horrible.
Yeah. So Luna's decided it was time to eat it.
Anyway,
Bless her.
Right, we've just seen Bernie.
No, we haven't.
No, you have.
We listened to Bernie.
We just listened to Bernie and watched Susan follow me about with my drone.
Yes.
And then after that, you would have seen Susan talking. There was a little bit of a video with Susan talking. And then now, as we're speaking, you should be seeing the actual drone flight I did. I couldn't do too much because it is so windy.
And
I was battling the
elements.
Yeah, and also I'm trying to walk around with a crutch. I'm hobbling about with my boot in.
And it's not waterproof.
No, it's not waterproof, and it was a bit wet. And then I got the controls in my hand trying to watch the drone and not fall over at the same time.
And then there was me struggling to hold him up and holding everything as well. It was quite comical, actually. If anybody's seen this, well, goodness knows what they would have thought.
Right, we're going to tell you some music because you heard some music on the way in the car.
Yes.
And then we've had a bit of a break. So now the last one was Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, which is Susan's choice, from the Rocky films, which is your favourite, isn't it?
Yes.
So we're going to have these two are for Anne Cryer, who's been terribly ill.
Yes.
I'm hoping she's better soon and getting better. Let's hope so. And the first one is Hungry Like the Wolf, Duran Duran, because Anne's a big fan of Duran Duran.
Yeah.
And then another one called Evil Woman, Duran Duran. Make of that what you will. No offence, Anne. It's not aimed at you. It's aimed at Susan.
Are you sure it's not about Anne and your dustbins again?
It's nothing to do with my dustbin, Anne. And then we go straight through one Susan picked, and so did I actually on the way back in the car.
Yeah.
And it's Through the Barricades, Spandau Ballet.
It's very a moving piece, that is, yes.
I know. Another one we have to tell you before we come back and talk.
That's just released, this one.
Right of Wrongs, and it's by Dominic Sanderson off of his Blazing Revelations album.
And that's just been released?
Yeah, just been released. You can go and find it on Bandcamp. Also, you can find Dominic on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's for a moment, and we have a quick talk, and then we'll come back with 3 more songs.
Well, the shows have been on the move that we've been sort of trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's working.
It's not
get new videos up.
But it's not that as well. It's just that we've been busy. So what we've tried to do is try and do the shows on the move. So when we're going to appointments and all, we said to okay,
Yeah,
we're going to an appointment.
'cause
We'll
we're
take the
driving
video
through,
of it.
basically we're driving through
Yeah.
the countryside, and some of it's beautiful countryside,
Yeah.
and we thought, well, you could watch that while, I don't know if that, I mean, maybe it's totally boring for you, I don't know, maybe you don't like it this way. We really need to know. So be honest and tell us if it's not working and you think, oh, this is just awful, it's so boring, I can't watch
Yeah.
you in a car driving, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Please tell us, because we don't know.
No,
And then
we're just trying to
and
make
what
the
I
shows,
do,
aren't
I'll
we? As we go
try-
along.
I'll try to get around some villages, and I'll put some photos up or something, because I don't know what else I can do really. It's either that or just put a load of fireplace crackly videos up
Yeah.
or things like
As
that.
I said, it was just a way of us as well of getting the shows done so they go at the right time. Because if not, we're trying to do all these different bits and pieces.
I'd rather not have just like a black screen with
Yeah.
just us talking, because I thought if I could put something on the video, at least you got something to look at if you want to. I mean, admittedly, you could just not watch the video and just listen to us talking
Yeah.
about the music, and so I don't know. But obviously, but it would be handy if you would please let us know whether
I
you
think
like
people
it, don't like it.
I mean, don't be polite. I mean, Pete's not polite. He'd
No,
rather.
I'll tell you if it's total crap, I'll say, oh, your video's crap.
Well, you meant to be a beep in there, not saying the
I can
bad
say that
words.
on it because that's on YouTube. It's not like
Oh no, but you could say
beep. I'll tell you if it's beep or not. If I don't like it and I think it's a load of beep, beep, beepity beep,
Yeah.
I tell you.
We have. Oh, and Pete's got a moan. As last week, he was moaning about advertisements.
Oh my
Ads.
God, I'm
He's got a
sick
new.
and tired.
He's got a new ad that he
Well,
absolutely detests.
I think it's a bit sick, really. It's
Go on then,
the
tell
advert
Pete.
for Twix. We got the two blokes sat in a campfire, and they're looking at their Twix bar, and they're saying something like, "Oh, it's lovely. No matter which side you pick, it's still as nice." Then there's two bears behind them, and they're saying the same for the humans. And then the blokes say, "Oh, it's nice when you crunch when you bite into it." And then the bears say, "I thought it's a bit of a sick advert, really, because it's talking about bears eating people, and it's advertising
yeah,
a
but-
chocolate bar."
Yeah, but you say that the bears are on about eating the people, but how do you know the bears are not on about the Twix?
They're not. They're on about the people. They're not Yogi Bear who would go after all the food. They're on about eating the people.
You got to say, this man will take down anything. You give him something to moan about, and well, that's it. What can we say?
Take down anything?
Well-
What are you talking about? I haven't done that for a
No,
long time.
See,
I
look.
don't catch the ladies in the street and take down things. How dare you?
See,
I had a court order against
you
me.
could turn anything into filth and anything into a moan, can't you?
I'm not the only one. If you had Robert on here, he'd be talking filth as well. You know what Robert and David are like when
It's
they
me.
get together.
I try to keep everything nice and friendly and
They meet up
peachy.
every
And
week. They meet up every week in the strip clubs, don't they, Robert and David?
I try to keep everything nice and friendly and peachy and politically, not about politically incorrectness, but we try to keep politics and all out of things
Yes, we're not
and
talking
religion.
politics.
But you have to bring it down,
Right,
don't
so-
you?
3 more songs
Go
then,
on
quick,
then.
so we're going to run out of time. Well, we haven't got all the time in the world, but I mean,
Yeah, you know all the time in the
I'm
world.
trying to talk to match the video we got. So this one is Growing Old by Massimo Peretti, but this is the live version.
Yeah,
He's
and that's
got a
just
live
been
album
released.
out.
Yes.
So again, go and check out Massimo on YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, and Facebook. And I shall link Massimo's and Dominic's in the description. And then we've got the one and only Laura, not
Oh,
Lisa,
Laura, yeah.
Piazzai.
Of
And that
Imaginarium.
is, and Clive Nolan on this one, Beauty and the Beast. Absolutely incredible track.
Yes.
And then we have
Clive Nolan again.
Clive Nolan this time, and this is Run for Your Life.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
Yes, from Hound of the Baskervilles album.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the songs I would choose. Admittedly, the song's gone for about an hour, so go and have a listen to them. I'll link the playlist. So we got a few minutes left.
I would say go and have a look at link my video in
Yes, that's
from Little Rissington, exploring St Peter's Church.
yeah, that is.
Little Rissington.
No. What's your name of your?
Oh,
What's
that's
the name of your?
Tales from the Time Traveller's Notebook.
Yeah, and also mine is Digital Footprints, the Walking Explorer, and also the Gamer, the same sort of name.
Yes.
But I'm not getting anybody. Nobody's interested in my YouTube.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
I must admit, these last 3 weeks, I don't know what the devil's going on with me, but
Yeah, you're losing loads of Facebook friends and YouTube people. I mean,
But it's switching
somebody,
off
I'm not
on
being
YouTube.
funny, but the way people seem to be watching YouTube channels is if you've got a lady with big assets,
Oh, I haven't got
it
back
doesn't matter what video they put up, they get 1 million views immediately. When you get people working hard, like I work hard, Susan works hard, and Bernie, he works extremely hard on his videos. He's getting a few likes now, but still not enough. You know, he works a lot of hard work, and he gets up early to go out, like 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and he puts a lot of effort and history, and he doesn't get that many. You know, you got to go and watch him and like him.
This is my voice. You said I
It's probably
condescending.
me. I mean, look at me.
No,
I mean,
you said.
if I look like one of the film stars, I'd be getting loads of
But
likes
you look like
instead
Uncle
of Uncle
Fester.
Fester. I mean, Christ, you know.
You said my videos. I come. See, the thing is, you said I'm condescending. That's a long
Well, you
word
are.
for
You're
me.
very
And then
arrogant and
the other problem that I have
know
is
it all. And
the other problem I have is I have a mumbling problem.
yes, you do mumble like mumbles. And
I said I can't
Something.
help that because I get so excited like now,
Like
see,
now.
and I can't get my words
but
out.
as I said, though,
Yeah.
you'd see people that I know we're not interested because we're never going to make any money out of it. It's
Oh, I'm not
impossible.
bothered. I mean,
Unless you was blonde, had a 40-inch bust, and kept bouncing about doing yoga in your underwear, then you would get about 10 million views per video. But when you put up
I don't know whether I should be
when you
offended
put
by the
out-
things you
hang on,
should
when
be
you put
saying.
out quality content, well, you're trying your hardest. You know, it's not professional, but we're trying to do our best, and you don't get no likes and nobody's interested. It's a little bit upsetting sometimes.
I don't know whether I should be offended by the way you're saying about big
I'm
boob
just
women
saying,
and
that's-
all
well,
that.
but that's the way they get. We have to hire somebody to do our
I know.
videos for us.
I'm rather a pair. I suppose I'm a sort of a pair woman.
Yeah, I don't know. You're something. Anyway, we better shut up and go away. But look,
Big hips and fun to find.
just let us know if you're interested and like what we're doing. If you don't, then maybe we'll not do it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we'll probably be
That's
back
piece
next
of
week
music.
with another video. We shot some video today heading up towards Cheltenham, coming up from Morton in the Marsh, and had some beautiful countryside. So some nice views. Even
The
if
sun was out as
yeah,
well.
yeah, lovely sunny day. Apart from it's thick fog on the way.
Yes.
At Stowe again. Seems to always get foggy there. Anyway, that's it from us. So thank you very much for watching and listening to Words and Music. And thank you, Bernie, again for fantastic
Yes, fantastic.
reading.
Thank you, Bernie.
That's worth listening to the video just for that, not us.
And until next time, take care.
And goodbye.